Evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of our Illuminating on the Word from teaching yesterday, beginning class. Yeah. We became shocked with yeah, I think yesterday we had another of our great teachings from Apostle about the shedding on scorpions. The scorpions, which are very dangerous because they've got two claws, but the worst one is the one on the tail, which is the sting. So, as a natural animal, they're very dangerous. And it's also the same thing, having been stung by a scorpion when we used to be in school or university. I think he goes, he can testify to the actual pain that he has to go through. And he was lucky because he had the nurse that lived close by, and which who saved his life. So, apart from that, would you like to elaborate on the teachings we had yesterday? Because, as usual, you have the way of expanding and giving us more details. We want Jerry. Jerry wants to come into the next story. Jerry, quickly. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah. Okay, so what were you saying about elaborating on the word of treading on the scorpion? Because we did the snakes the previous a couple of weeks ago. And yesterday, obviously, having done the treading of the scorpion, just expand on the actual teaching based on what the apostle had ministered to us yesterday. Okay. Yeah, so you want me to start? Yes, please go ahead. Okay, so yes, microphone. Actually, so the way he puts it, you highlighted when you said it, and the serpent will evangelist, and then the scorpion will torment you. So after you've tasted it and you're eating, it's like I'm just seeing it like the poison goes inside the food, so it goes travel, and then it starts to torment you. Yeah. So you taste it and then you eat it and then so the let's think for the music. Okay, so so he said, I will teach you basically, I will let you know how to fight them. I will give you the keys. And the keys is actually knowing God. Christ is the wisdom and the power of God. So by knowing Christ, then we will be able to tread upon serpents and scorpions. So it's to do with knowledge, having the knowledge of the knowing the He gave us a good news because despite being tormented, there is
good news for you because there is restoration after you triumph in Christ through the knowledge of God, knowledge of Christ, knowledge of God through Christ. Then there is good news because there will be restoration, like I said in the book of John chapter 2. Yes.
I think also to the apostles that we have also some words to add to that teaching.
And you, I would like you to give a little summary of what
Yeah, basically for me, the way I understood it, and as you know, I normally use this as because I'm more a nature type of person, and when Pastor was explaining the fact that when he gets time by Scorpion, how what we were just talking about, he travels, and he travels to try and teach. Sorry, to teach. Yeah, to try and to encompass you, to try and close you up. And as a tormentor, you said it's the I'm trying to explain this. When a scorpion bites stings you, basically you feel that your heart stops beating. And that is the reason why, as the pastor was trying to explain, when the nurse came over and she gave him the injections with his arms, that was to relieve that poison actually getting up into his heart and constricting his heart and rise of the
yes. So it cages you.
Yes, that's right. Basically, it constricts you, and that is the reason why they have to do that. And the main problem is that it should never get that far. And it's similar to when you are being tormented. As we said, as I said yesterday, when you punch the snake, the snake is very sly, very subtle. It is an animal that is out there. We related it like to an evangelist. Well, trying to entice the people. It's enticing its prey.
Yeah.
When it's enticing its prey to it, it tries and give people a notion of, oh, there's really nothing wrong with this. It is really nice. They're trying to market a very beautiful scenario when actually it is very deadly. And the minute people fall for that, they're getting trapped. Okay? And this is, thing that with the teaching that we had, coming from Apostle was all this is literally relating to what happens to us in daily life. It is not and parcel of what is happening to us. All we need to do is just be aware and, be discerning. What am I saying? Yes. To be discerning about the fact that we are undergoing through all of this in our daily life. Sometimes we may not even realize or notice it, but it is actually a factor thing that this is actually happening to us. And a lot of people are, in this world today, they're being enticed into a lifestyle which they are being told is fantastic. However, that fantastic life comes at a cost. And they've been led away from, the body of Christ. And that's just, it doesn't happen to just an ordinary sheep. And therefore, this happens to pastors and people within who are supposed to know better higher up in the church.
And then, as you were talking and explaining naturally how it goes in the connection, I heard from Proverbs 4, verse 23 says, guard your heart with diligence, from its flow
Issues of
the issues of life. So once the tormentor has reached your heart, which is the means by which you communicate with God, then everything is shattered. you don't have that life flowing from your heart to God, from God to you. From your heart to God, from God to you. So it takes over heart.
So the signal is blocked, so there was no transmission. Yeah.
So that illustration of spoken. I mean, I've never thought about that as deep as that. I used to just like trample, just see it like that. But now, and as we are talking, the Holy Spirit is opening even more. Guard your heart. So physically, the way He wants to reach out to your heart to kill you, to bring death.
Yeah.
So this is how, when the serpent entices you, and then now he comes and brings the poison to get to your heart, so that the life of God does not flow out of your life. The life of God does not come into you, so that you can actually feel it.
Because one thing you also said was, you're talking about blood. Obviously,
yes, there is the answer.
One thing you also said was, you're talking about blood. Obviously, and there's life in blood. So, one time, a while ago, I was talking to pastor, where I was telling you that there's this reports now. How true this is, I'm not sure. But there was this blood that was found, somebody looking for the tabernacle. The tabernacle. Yeah. What was it? It was a tabernacle, or it wasn't. Looking for the ark of the covenant, and he said, when the guy called wrong one, he found it, and he found that that's split through, and guess where it was? It was right under the cross of Jesus died. Now, how true this is, I don't know. But when they tested it, they sent it to a lab and they tested it, and they found that blood was split through. Because that's why today, if you look at researchers, what they're able to do is take blood or something similar from corpses that have been dead for a long time, and they're still able to regenerate it. So that blood in the blood still contains life. So it is proven scientific. It is proven scientifically too. Exactly. So we receive things and then we realize that scientifically it's because people say, oh, religion this, religion that, but even scientifically, this is proven to be. So that is, those things sometimes are done for people who likes to see the way it is to be used. So sometimes not having the faith to understand. Yes, it is. The Lord allows those things for them to see it the way this is what it is. Scientifically, it is proven. Some people believe in sin. So God is so gracious that He will make an avenue for everyone to believe. Yes, exactly. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is on Wednesday we'll discuss a little bit more. When I was listening to our question, we talked about the serpents made in our religion. Which is, I know when you're regified, it swallows the faith of Christ. Like, I used to give the example of people in places where it's medical bills are very expensive. So when they have something and they know that they don't even have the means to go to the doctor, they will rely on him and believe more in his words to pray on Christ, to know that, to call on to him so that they can be healed. Amen. But when you are here and you know that you don't even think, you just go for the GP you do. And funny enough, the other day I was watching a program, there was a nurse who moved from the UK to the US, who was saying that in the US, people just don't turn up to the doctors every time because they pay for it. That's right.
they really come when it's necessary.
Because health insurance is very expensive in the US.
That's what the lady was actually saying. Being a nurse, that's what she said. I don't have any health background or whatever. That's what she said. So I'm just using it as an example. So, but now also what I wanted to highlight is, because unfortunately we are into gross darkness. I will highlight, we will talk about it on Wednesday, but I just wanted to say, yes, we are not supposed to be logical, but because there is gross darkness and you have false prophet and you have, so sometimes people have come now with things saying that it is of God. And because people also want to have faith in all those things without thinking, they've been scammed also. So those things are out there. So it is important that, because you need to discern, you see, if you've just received Christ, you won't be able to get to the point of being able to discern when a false prophet comes to you. So unfortunately, there are a lot of things that have happened. You don't, for example, yes, you have faith. So there are few things we need to understand, that it's by discernment. It is not because, okay, you have faith, you want to go and evangelize to someone, maybe you're a woman, a female, you go to a man in his house or his home, and you say, I've heard somebody like that who has been raped. So here, what are you displaying? Are you displaying like so much boldness? Or we need to get to a point where we know that we are able to discern before we take certain actions. So that's where some people have gotten it wrong, and they've been hurt, and they've been. So on Wednesday, I will bring it out so that we discuss a bit, because quite a lot of people have suffered a lot of things. They believed in some things without, whether maybe it was the emotions or at the time, or I'm not sure. So discernment is very important. That's what it is. So that's what I wanted to highlight. Because unfortunately, out there it's crazy what is happening.
Like I said, there's a lot of false people
who are taking advantage of
your faith, of your beliefs. I mean, I know, as I was telling you before, that I have to fear of it, because that's how I've been brought up. And when I see what's happening, the people using the name of God for their own selfish purposes, for their own shenanigans, to me, I find that so personally unbelievable, because I cannot understand. God is all knowing. You preach God, yet you think you're taking him like that.
That's where discernment will come to know, to be able. That's what I'm saying. Discernment is very, very important in that area, especially now. What's that? So that's what I wanted to just answer.
Yeah, because when you're talking about logic, you have this thing saying that those seeing is believing. Yeah. How about those who haven't seen not believe?
Yes.
Yeah, that's also in the.
Yes, because the righteous shall live by faith. So you need to be grounded with what is happening so that it doesn't shake your faith. Because you might experience some things or see something that will shake you. But we need to. Jesus is still healing. Miracles are still happening. He's still healing people. But unfortunately, some people are still doing other things. But it does not mean that he is not healing. He's still healing.
And other people taking care of it.
You know what I'm saying, that some other people do some
Or shenanigans, yeah.
things as if something has happened while it hasn't happened. But if God is still healing, Jesus is still healing. So you need to be grounded in the word. Otherwise, you'll be shaken. That's what I wanted to highlight. There is no time for play or joke, because you need to be grounded in the word so that whatever is happening there does not shake you and shake your faith.
Mhm.
Because unfortunately, he has turned some people off, which is unfortunate. Yes, because God is still, Jesus is still healing. But you've seen where some people have tried to put some things together as if somebody has been healed while it wasn't true. But God, Jesus is still healing. The fact that they did that does not mean that Jesus is still healing.
So those people do that to everything. It's like fake news.
Yeah, that yes.
They are trying to promote
Yes,
churches,
yes.
trying to so that they can get extra.
So you need to learn the word. You need to be grounded. It's very important. So that's what I wanted to say. So God bless you. Amen.
So Apostle was had a lot to say. So stand up. Right? That's you can have the unboring experiences. Yeah. There's something that Crystal highlights us to do. I just think it's one of the different ones. That's one I'm working. It's really good, especially I'm supposed to look at the first screen to 11 and 14. Yeah, sorry, 14's 11. First thing, so, the one was from the early of the morning. It said, yes, cover the village here is going to be a year. I will have to, my father, I chastise you with boots. I will chastise you with, that's what I listen. That's what I listen. Because I want you to also, and last what I say, I'm start to go after the 27 of the so my father will do you every, and I have to you. My father also chastise you with the boots. Chastise you with this man, was a king. Yeah, he was a king. What surprised me was as a change during autocracy. So they understand that as a king, they know how to use things. Right? Because it doesn't make sense and say, how do you just ask somebody else? But they understand that they know the spiritual meaning of what you are saying. Now, what I want to explain here is the word roots. Now, have you ever seen roots before? Yeah. When I think I've never seen roots, but at least I've worked in the use roots to beat a horse when they are riding the horse. Right? Yeah. And also I've seen some things that really change where they use roots. Now, one thing roots does, right? Roots is like a serpent. Yeah, entice people. Right? Because when you use whips, it can roll you and draw you. You know that. Right, okay, you can
You can roll,
well, you can roll around you and then you can pull that
pull the
person.
person, yeah. So the whip is like a serpent, right? Why
Used to force people.
people in, that's the word I want to explain.
Mhm.
Whip, like a serpent, turning it to, get people's attention, to lure people in
Mhm.
also, right? And he said, my father, right? Now, the reason why they said Lucifer, the power of Lucifer, yeah, or the serpent, it's like that. It is not as powerful as other fallen angels.
Mhm.
But because
The more powerful.
more powerful than him. But because it has this potential of getting people's attention to lure people, to manipulate.
Because he's a good salesman, basically.
Yes. So, and in my local language, they said Ogbonjagbara means that reason is powerful than strength.
Yeah.
Right? So,
I mean,
how? You know you're Obi Alabi. Okay, good. So, because he has this power to manipulate people to practically take people to. That's why sometimes it look like saying sweet, but it's a big marketer. Yeah, you know how to do it. Yeah. So that week there, this king is referring to that week as the serpent.
okay.
And he said, my father. Right? So, being that the serpent doesn't have the powerful, evil, dangerous power like the other fallen angels, but because he knows how to get people in, they have to respect him than all of them. They have to make him their own head. That's why you can see this thing is in my father. So all of them have to respect him as a father, as a crown over all of them.
Mm-hmm. As the leader, basically.
As a leader.
Yeah.
So you see, it's just to get people in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the example I used on Sunday, if snake bites you, of course you will still get to your heart, but his poison doesn't run faster like the scorpion.
Yeah, there are some different snakes, but yes, I get what you mean.
Yeah. So, and another thing that I want to say is that, Satan, or let me say, when the following is to give all the demons and enemies that they use to start using. You see? They still use, still doesn't use the spiritual part of that, those enemies, right? To do evil things. Exactly the character of those animals, right? If snake can only lure people, can stay and just look like I'm not dangerous,
Mhm.
right? Or I'm a snake, or I'm a plastic snake, right? And get you relaxed, you relax with the sin, relax with the temptation, you are happy with what you're doing, then it's just grabbing you in, right? So as a snake, natural snake, right? The way he does things, the same potential or the same way his character speaks more volume of his way of doing things. That's the same way in the realm of the spirit, they use that kind of character in the realm of the spirit to still do evil things. You see, Scorpion, use him. So if you have to interpret it, right? They use because all those everyone there is nothing on earth that doesn't have spiritual thing. Even the chair you sit, as long as it has a shadow, then it has a spirit. And there is nothing that doesn't have a shadow. Right? Because all these things come from ideas from God. Right? If you like, make it non-living things, make it whatever it will be, imaginary, make it whatever it will be, make it what you can touch, make it no one doesn't have to think, it doesn't have life, but it has spirit. It means that it comes from within, it comes from God. Right? So it has a spirit from It has a spiritual meaning.
Yeah.
So you see on Sunday by grace of God, we didn't talk about which one we giving it to God. Because we're going to tell them all the animals. So I don't know how many animals it's going to show, or I'm believing that I'm going to show all the animals before we leave our house. So just like the scorpion uses thing to same way, the same way, right? And like we saying, the poison gets when you get to your house, it triggers you. And it constricts your mind. You're not come back again. It's like you're dead. Yeah. Now you don't have your so that's how it is also when in the spiritual meaning, right? Potential, right? The secret of that scorpion, is the potential meaning or the spiritual reaction of it. That's the way evil also interpret and use that particular scorpion in the realm of the spirit. So you see that where you see dogs, right? Dogs, they say dogs are they interpret dogs as maybe prostitution, and they also interpret dogs as guard, guarding their security and handling. So if you see dogs in the realm of the streets, so it's like we are using dogs to monitor you and to guard you, to protect you in their own place, in their own space, that you cannot go out.
So basically, they're not protecting you. They're basically,
I mean, protect you,
yeah, for that's right. So
so that you cannot go out, you
Yeah.
cannot leave.
Right.
But also, they can use it for
It's like a guard dog.
guard dog.
Basically, like if you have people, in the police, you have some people in prison, and they use the dogs to patrol. There's nobody but the state.
Yeah, and in this particular, they even have police dog.
Yeah, they have it with that, police dogs. But that's what it's to do with, like you said, it's to do with prostitution. So
Yeah,
they're
so-
trying to keep you within that.
The reason why they use it for prostitution is that dogs are street beings. I feel the word street here is not prostitution. So if you see dogs in the gym, you're going to get there at some point. So they are different kind of. So the potential meaning of it, the spiritual meaning potentially, even use that, right? That's why Romans 8 that we're talking about is those animals, they are also waiting for deliverance. Right? Yeah, that's what Romans I read yesterday. They are waiting for their own deliverance. Because spiritually, they are not safe. Spiritually, they are not acting the original way that God wanted them to act. Satan is using, Satan has captured them.
That was after since
After
then everything was
Even despite that Jesus has come, they are still using them. Because sons of God has not been up to be able to deliver them. The Bible says they are waiting for the sons of, they are also waiting for the sons of God to deliver them from the bondage. They are still in bondage right now.
Because I remember there was something in the Bible that said that the lamb will be next to the lion.
Yeah. So because that was how it was originally.
Yeah. And
Original.
it's also meant to be.
Yeah, so when we deliver them, they will return back to their original states before the fall. Normally, all this kind of and also there are some dangerous dogs that you cannot use for pets.
Yeah.
Because you cannot keep them in the house.
Yeah.
And there are some you can keep in there, but all of them, all dogs will bark. There's no dog that doesn't bark. Even the smallest one. It's not the one. Serious? The ones. So what am I saying here is the whip. The whip, when it capture you, roll you, and they use to capture and draw you. That is the serpent. That is the serpent. Yeah. Right? You see, I'm saying my father.
It symbolizes the serpent.
Yeah, it symbolizes, yes. So whip there. I wasn't sure that all these Old Testament kings,
Don't you remember I mean, you like this Western, the old Western.
Yeah.
Remember when the guys who have the work and when they used to,
Yeah.
and then,
I first watched it in when India people were young. People can remember. We are wow. I can't forget those things. Like yeah, it's called Telime Habanera. It's an Indian film, very popular in went around the world. You know, Habanera,
I
the
know what
March,
it is.
the March. These are the two things. How do you remember? Yeah, the guy, I'm tired. You know I'm tired. I'm not watching. Yeah, that was a popular one. Yeah, I think it's still on.
Right.
So he used the whip and get and roll the girl.
That's it, and then
Grab,
pull
pull it into the plane. So that was the only way I knew how. So when I saw whips yesterday, say my father chastised me to whip. Chastise is that he punish you, he get you in, he put you in. Because if that thing can roll, that is a punishment. Because whip alone is not just to draw you, it's to flog you also.
Well, that's right, yeah. What it does is
Not
punishing you.
He punish you and he draws you in. You see, that's the power of the whip. Right? So whip just represents the serpent
Because it keeps you in order. Basically, it's by doing that, if they want to keep you in check, so they will use the whip and bring you back, stay in line.
I say line, don't
Yeah,
don't
don't water off. Yes.
So this the whips here and his whips. So the whips here represent the serpent, that is scorpion, and represents the while the scorpion is scorpion, right? So they use the whip to get you, and they use scorpion to get you fixed.
When you're talking about whips, reminds me of the time William and one our friend father took me and one of his other guys on a fishing trip. So there were four of us, and we had a very old farm in Africa. It could rain, and then by the time you get to it, the thing looks dry, and it's a black cotton soil. So we got stuck in there. And it was at night, the wild animals and things, so we were really scared. So while these guys went up to see if they can get help, etc., they couldn't get help, they went to the next village, they couldn't see it. But during the night, at some point, around about 3, maybe 4, we didn't know. Yeah, we all would be heard like this. And then, as if there's a gunshot. I'm telling you, we were so scared. And it kept on happening, we couldn't understand what it was. In the morning, finally, we got to the went, we managed to, by the time got, because in Africa, it gets dark between 6:30.
Yes,
6:30. By 5:30, 6, it starts to get in the morning, yeah? So we managed to then get to the main road, walk the main road to get the bus and we pick the bus. But by the time we came back, we met these guys, they had driven back because the same sound that we were hearing was actually the farmers. What they do is this is how they keep their cattle in check so it doesn't wander off. So they use that whip and then they crack it. And it sounds like gunshot. Believe me. You just hear and you want, hey, and we had just only the 2 boys in the car now. We were scared. Believe me, I still remember that. It's Ted's dad.
Okay,
Ted's dad, yeah. And till today, I remember that like it was yesterday. Just that sound and that weight, the way it was touching. And that's what used to keep the animals from wandering away inside the river.
It's like Georgia has
Castles are yeah, they no, not this one. These ones are for the cattle. So it's got at the end,
well, we still flog this.
sprayed at the end, yeah. But they don't flog the cattle.
Well, they're going to kill the thing.
No, but they don't flog the cattle. No, this is only to keep them, yeah. Because when they hear the sound there,
Okay, when they just to hear the sound. So
yeah,
they don't use
they don't
the
move
ones
on the
that-
cattle.
Okay.
But yeah, that's something that came to mind, how you get kept in check, because you get scared and you stay. Same way like you're talking about this scripture, where he used the whips and that is to scare them to stay in place, so they're obedient. Yeah. So they don't decide, oh, I'm going to do what I want to. No, you have to read it, the kept in check. So that's why they're talking about drawing them. And the help us to cross this right here. There's a boundary. That's the city. I think we should stop now. Yeah, we can do this on Wednesday. Yeah, yeah, we're carrying on Wednesday. So, well, yeah. Where's the minute? And then, just look. Yeah, so, one thing I don't think it's in the same. See, try to really different changes. So if you have any but this we are really particularly we don't know which message we are going to do. So, also just maybe starts with going until it's so we go back to the example. It's a hard way to the most important thing to that is any people with designers, 100%. How does not a good idea? Yeah, we don't, we don't read um, things the first that are used for information. It's beings that it's used for it. Maybe two others for me. It's so we can eat from one, we can eat some chickens, we can eat from yeah. So we don't eat when a particular, we don't eat, we eat what you're not supposed to be eating. Every condition. There are some they look at it like we used to they will do the kind of like child and weeds and tears and this one. You can't really tell the difference until the times to come for the fruit. Yeah, yeah. And so because the reason why we misunderstand is like I usually see about Jesus. But prayer is good. Prayer has its impacts. So to me, prayer helps the word approach to be more enjoyable. Prayer plays the game. So that the word of God can come in. That's why I see prayer. So we have done prayers. But prayer plays the game. And so that sweeps away the dead day. We are children of the word of God. So I will say listen to people. But listen. And listen to people when you talk to people. This pastor is saying, you know, we tell to this, to discern them. Yeah. Because once it comes to attack, it doesn't come to you. It comes out of kitchen. And you baby looking this way. Thank you. Thank you.